ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सरस्वते नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधूतमस्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ। वासुदेवेन्द्रयोगीन्द्रं नत्वा ज्ञानप्रदं गुरुं मुमुक्षूणां हितार्थाय तत्त्वबोधोऽभिधीयते।
वासुदेवेन्द्रयोगीन्द्रं नत्वा ज्ञानप्रदं गुरुं मुमुक्षूणां हितार्थाय तत्त्वबोधोऽभिधीयते।
साधनचतुष्टयसम्पन्नाधिकारिणां मोक्षसाधनभूतं तत्त्वविवेकप्रकारं वक्ष्यामः।
साधनचतुष्टयसम्पन्नाधिकारिणां मोक्षसाधनभूतं तत्त्वविवेकप्रकारं वक्ष्यामः।
साधनचतुष्टयं किम्?
साधनचतुष्टयं किम्?
नित्यानित्यवस्तुविवेकः इहामुत्रार्थफलभोगविरागः शमादिषट्कसम्पत्तिः मोक्षत्वं चेति।
नित्यानित्यवस्तुविवेकः इहामुत्रार्थफलभोगविरागः शमादिषट्कसम्पत्तिः मुमुक्षुत्वं च इति।
नित्यानित्यवस्तुविवेकः कः?
नित्यानित्यवस्तुविवेकः कः?
नित्यवस्तु एकं ब्रह्म तद्व्यतिरिक्तं सर्वम् अनित्यम् अयम् एव नित्यानित्यवस्तुविवेकः।
नित्यवस्तु एकं ब्रह्म तद्व्यतिरिक्तं सर्वम् अनित्यम् अयमेव नित्यानित्यवस्तुविवेकः।
विरागः कः?
विरागः कः?
इह स्वर्गभोगेषु इच्छाराहित्यम्।
इह स्वर्गभोगेषु इच्छाराहित्यम्।
शमादिषट्कसम्पत्तिः का?
शमादिषट्कसम्पत्तिः का?
शमः दमः उपरमः तितिक्षा श्रद्धा समाधानं च इति।
शमः दमः उपरमः तितिक्षा श्रद्धा समाधानं च इति।
शमः कः?
शमः कः?
मनोनिग्रहः।
मनोनिग्रहः।
दमः कः
दमः कः
चक्षुरादि इन्द्रियनिग्रहः
चक्षुरादीन्द्रियनिग्रहः
उपरमः कः
उपरमः कः
स्वधर्मानुष्ठानम् एव
स्वधर्मानुष्ठानम् एव
तितिक्षा का
तितिक्षा का
शीतोष्णसुखदुःखादिसहिष्णुत्वम्
शीतोष्णसुखदुःखादिसहिष्णुत्वम्
श्रद्धा कीदृशी
श्रद्धा कीदृशी
गुरुवेदान्तवाक्येषु विश्वासः श्रद्धा
गुरुवेदान्तवाक्येषु विश्वासः श्रद्धा
समाधानं किम्
समाधानं किम्
चित्तैकाग्रता
चित्तैकाग्रता
मुमुक्षुत्वं किम्
मुमुक्षुत्वं किम्
मोक्षो मे भूयात् इति इच्छा
मोक्षो मे भूयात् इति इच्छा
एतत् साधनचतुष्टयम् ततः तत्त्वविवेकस्य अधिकारिणः भवन्ति
एतत् साधनाचतुष्टयम् ततः तत्त्वविवेकस्याधिकारिणो भवन्ति
तत्त्वविवेकः कः
तत्त्वविवेकः कः
आत्मा सत्यं तदन्यत् सर्वं मिथ्या इति
आत्मा सत्यं तदन्यत् सर्वं मिथ्या इति
आत्मा कः
आत्मा कः
स्थूलसूक्ष्मकारणशरीरात् व्यतिरिक्तः पञ्चकोशातीतः सन् अवस्थात्रयसाक्षी सच्चिदानन्दरूपः सन् यः तिष्ठति स आत्मा
स्थूलसूक्ष्मकारणशरीरात् व्यतिरिक्तः पञ्चकोशातीतः सन् अवस्थात्रयसाक्षी सच्चिदानन्दस्वरूपः सन् यः तिष्ठति स आत्मा
स्थूलशरीरं किम्
स्थूलशरीरं किम्
पञ्चीकृतपञ्चमहाभूतैः कृतं सत्कर्मजन्यं सुखदुःखादिभोगायतनं शरीरम् अस्ति जायते वर्धते विपरिणमते अपक्षीयते विनश्यति इति षड्विकारवत् एतत् स्थूलशरीरम्
पञ्चीकृत पञ्चमहाभूतैः कृतं सत्कर्मजन्यं सुखदुःखादिभोगायतनं शरीरम् अस्ति जायते वर्धते विपरिणमते अपक्षीयते विनश्यति इति षड्विकारवत् एतत् स्थूलशरीरम्
सूक्ष्मशरीरं किम्
सूक्ष्मशरीरं किम्
अपञ्चीकृतपञ्चमहाभूतैः कृतं सत्कर्मजन्यं सुखदुःखादिभोगसाधनं पञ्चज्ञानेन्द्रियाणि पञ्चकर्मेन्द्रियाणि पञ्चप्राणादयः मनश्चैकं बुद्धिश्चैका एवं सप्तदशकलाभिः यत् तिष्ठति तत् सूक्ष्मशरीरम्
अपञ्चीकृतमहाभूतैः कृतं सत्कर्मजन्यं सुखदुःखादिभोगसाधनं पञ्चज्ञानेन्द्रियाणि पञ्चकर्मेन्द्रियाणि पञ्चप्राणादयः मनश्चैकं बुद्धिश्चैका एवं सप्तदशकलाभिः सह यत्तिष्ठति तत् सूक्ष्मशरीरम्
श्रोत्रं त्वक् चक्षुरसनाघ्राणम् इति पञ्चज्ञानेन्द्रियाणि
श्रोत्रं त्वक् चक्षुर्रसना घ्राणम् इति पञ्चज्ञानेन्द्रियाणि
श्रोत्रस्य चिद्देवता त्वचो वायुः चक्षुषः सूर्यः रसनायाः वरुणः घ्राणस्य अश्विनौ इति ज्ञानेन्द्रियदेवताः
श्रोत्रस्य दिग्देवता त्वचो वायुः चक्षुषः सूर्यः रसनायाः वरुणः घ्राणस्य अश्विनौ इति ज्ञानेन्द्रियदेवताः
श्रोत्रस्य विषयः शब्दग्रहणम् त्वचो विषयः स्पर्शग्रहणम् चक्षुषो विषयः रूपग्रहणम् रसनाया विषयः रसग्रहणम् घ्राणस्य विषयः गन्धग्रहणम्
श्रोत्रस्य विषयः शब्दग्रहणम् त्वचो विषयः स्पर्शग्रहणम् चक्षुषो विषयः रूपग्रहणम् रसनाय विषयः रसग्रहणम् घ्राणस्य विषयः गन्धग्रहणम् इति
वाक्पाणिपादपायुपस्थानि इति पञ्चकर्मेन्द्रियाणि
वाक्पाणिपादपायूपस्थानिति पञ्चकर्मेन्द्रियाणि
वाचो देवता वह्निः हस्तयोरिन्द्रः पादयोर्विष्णुः पायोर्मृत्युः उपस्थस्य प्रजापतिः इति कर्मेन्द्रियदेवताः
वाचो देवता वह्निः हस्तयोरिन्द्रः पादयोर्विष्णुः पायोर्मृत्युः उपस्थस्य प्रजापतिः इति कर्मेन्द्रियदेवताः
वाचो विषयो भाषणम् पाण्योर्विषयो वस्तुग्रहणम् पादयोर्विषयो गमनम् पायोर्विषयो मलत्यागः उपस्थस्य विषयः आनन्द इति
वाचो विषयो भाषणम् पाण्योर्विषयो वस्तुग्रहणम् पादयोर्विषयो गमनम् पायोर्विषयो मलत्यागः उपस्थस्य विषय आनन्द इति
प्राणापानव्यानोदानसमानाः इति पञ्चप्राणाः.
Is that?
It is there. No. You can see. You can see the slide. प्राणापानव्यानोदानसमानाः इति पञ्चप्राणाः.
प्राणापानव्यानोदानसमानाः इति पञ्चप्राणाः.
सङ्कल्पविकल्पात्मकं मनः निश्चयात्मिका बुद्धिः.
सङ्कल्पविकल्पात्मकं मनः निश्चयात्मिका बुद्धिः.
कारणशरीरं किम्?
कारणशरीरं किम्?
अनिर्वाच्य अनादि अविद्यारूपम्.
अनाद्य विद्यारूपम्
शरीरद्वयस्य कारणमात्रम्.
शरीरद्वयस्य कारणमात्रम्
तत्स्वरूपाज्ञानम्.
सत्स्वरूपाज्ञानम्
निर्विकल्पकरूपम्.
निर्विकल्पकरूपम्
यदस्ति तत् कारणशरीरम्.
यदस्ति तत् कारणशरीरम्.
Okay, now we can mute your mic. So we are saying now Karana Shariram as part of the discussion with regard to Atma. Atma Kaha. From there it started. Sthula Sukshma Karana Sharirat Vitiriktaha. So we are seeing Sthula Shariram, Sukshma Shariram, now Karana Shariram. What is Karana Shariram? Karana Shariram Kim Anirvachya Anadya Vidyarupam Sharira Dvayasya Karanamatram Satsvarupa Jnanam Nirvikalpakarupam Karana Shariram. There are four descriptions in this definition of Karana Sharira. Anirvachya Anadi Avidya Rupam. That is number one. Number two, Sharira Dvayasya Karana Matram. Number three, Satsvarupa Jnanam. Number four, Nirvikalpaka Rupam. There are four descriptions. Anirvachyam. Anirvachya Anadi Avidya Rupam. Anirvachyam. Anirvachyam is the Nirvachyam. Vachyam. Vachyam is that can be said, that can be defined. Nirvachyam, that can be definitely defined. Anirvachyam, that which cannot be defined. Na nirvachyam, anirvachyam. Anirvachyam means that which cannot be definitely defined. Anadi, the next word in that, anadi. Anadi is that which doesn't have a beginning. That is anadi. Avidya rupam. Avidya is ignorance, of the nature of ignorance. Anadi avidya rupam. That is ignorance which has no beginning. Beginningless ignorance. So this is Anirvachya Anadi Vidya Rupam. Sharira Dvayasya Karana Matram. Karanam. Sharira Dvayasya Karanam. That is the cause for the two bodies, Sthula Shariram and Sukshma Shariram. For these two bodies, this Karana Shariram is the cause. Karanam. Therefore Karana Shariram. Satsvarupa Jnanam. Satsvarupa Ajnanam. Sat is that which has existence. Existence. Sat is existence. Ajnanam, ignorance. So ignorance of one's own nature. That is existence. That is Satsvarupa Jnanam. Nirvikalpaka Rupam. That which is in the form of Nirvikalpa. Vikalpa means divisions. Nirvikalpa, it is free from divisions. There is no subject-object division. Nirvikalpaka Rupam. So, these are the four descriptions of Karana Shariram. In the last class, we saw in detail the two descriptions, Sharira Dvayasya Karana Matram and Nirvikalpaka Rupam. I'll just briefly say what I said in the last class, because the last class recording is not available. I don't know what happened to that. It will get recorded. It's not available. So if you have taken notes in listening to the class, then you can refer to that. Sharira Dvayasya Karana Matram. Karana Shariram is a cause for the Sharira Dvayam, Sthula Sukshma Shariram. It means Sthula Shariram and Sukshma Shariram, they are the Karya, they are the effect. And Karanam is Karana Shariram. Therefore it is called Karana Shariram. So, by the word Shariram, this the Karana Shariram is also a Shariram. But it is not Vyakta as the Sthula and Sukshma Shariram. It is the cause for the Sukshma Shariram also. Sukshma is subtle. So even for the subtle body, this Karana Shariram is the cause. And this causal body is Nirvikalpaka Rupam. It doesn't have any divisions. Like the seed, the bija, is a cause for a vriksha. You don't see the vriksha in the seed. But when the seed grows into a big vriksham, then you can see the vriksham. Vriksham has a trunk, it has branches, leaves, it's a huge vriksham. The huge vriksham is hidden in unmanifest form in the seed. So the seed, which is the karanam for the vriksha. Vriksha is the karyam, and the karanam is the seed. The same way, for this Sharira Dvayam, this Karana Shariram is a cause. And That which is the Karanam. That Karana Shariram, it has no divisions. Like the seed, in the seed you will not find any divisions. Whereas in the Vriksham, there are many divisions. The Vriksham has a trunk, it has branches, leaves, roots, fruits, flowers. But these divisions are not there in the seed. Stula Shariram has physical limbs, organs are there. So it's a different parts, Stula Shariram. Sukshma Shariram also has different parts. You remember that? Sapta Dasha Kaladihi, 17 components are there in Sukshma Shariram. It means Sukshma Shariram and Stula Shariram both have divisions. Vikalpam is there. Whereas in Karana Shariram, there are no divisions, like the seed. Like the seed, the tree in the seed form doesn't have divisions. The same way, Karana Shariram also, in the Karana Shariram there is no division, no differences. There's no parts. That is very difficult for the Rupa. So this is two definitions we saw in detail, more examples we saw in the last class. Now we will take up the other two descriptions of the definition. What we are doing now is, in our discussion and analysis, is Viveka. It started from Tattvabodha. Tattva Viveka Vichara. Why do we do this Tattva Viveka Vichara? Because there is Aviveka. Because there is Aviveka, we do Viveka Vichara. Aviveka is confusion about the reality. Therefore, we are doing Viveka. What is the confusion? The confusion is mistaking Atma for Anatma and Anatma for Atma. That is the confusion. Mistaking body, mind, sense complex for Atma. And in the same way, mistaking Atma for Anatma. So, Ajnanam is the cause for Aviveka. Ignorance is the cause for this confusion. Ajnanat Avivekaha. Ajnanat Avivekaha. Therefore, we have to do Viveka to arrive at Jnanam. The root of Aviveka is Atma Ajnanam. The root of Aviveka, confusion, is Atma Ajnanam. And this Atma Jnanam alone is the basis for the confusion about the reality, the truth of everything. Therefore, this Aviveka bound Ajnanam with regard to everything that comes under the ambit of perception is because of Atma Ajnanam, self-ignorance. Therefore, the inquiry, the vichara should not start from the external world. It should start from inside. Self-inquiry should start from oneself. That is why any amount of inquiry into the external world, any amount of investigation or study of the external world is never ending. It is continuous. The more you investigate, the more ignorance you will discover. The more will be the area yet not discovered. Only Atma Jnanam will resolve all the confusion. Only Atma Jnanam will put an end to this endless search for truth with regard to reality. Therefore, if you want to know the truth, you don't have to go around the world. As long as we search for the truth outside of me, then it is not going to be discovered. Since you are the truth, you are that Satya Vastu, knowing yourself is knowing the truth, that will put an end to all this confusion. Therefore, in the process of knowing the truth, you cannot exclude yourself. Therefore, Atma Ajnanam has to go. And it will go only when Jnanam takes place. What goes away is only Ajnanam, ignorance. When ignorance goes away, Jnanam takes place. But people want to understand ignorance. How can you understand ignorance? Ajnanam. If you understand, then it is no more ignorance. Ignorance is there until you understand the truth, the vastu. Ignorance is always something of which you know. There is no ignorance until you don't know there is ignorance. That's all. There is no such thing called ajnana, ignorance. As long as you mistake a rope for a snake, as long as you mistake a rope for a snake, as long as you see snake in a rope, the ignorance of a rope is there. The rope ignorance is there. Snake is not there, but it is seen by you. The snake is ignorance. Only the ignorance of snake goes away in the wake of rope knowledge. And a rope is seen as a rope. So what really happens when the knowledge, rope knowledge comes? When the rope knowledge comes, the false snake knowledge goes away. So how can you understand a snake which is not there? Therefore, we are not interested in knowing the snake, but a rope. We are not interested in knowing the avidya, but vastu. Avidya cannot be known because it is not a vastu. It doesn't have a reality. Avidya is not a substance. Avidya, ajnanam, both are synonymous. Avidya is not a substance. But it is as though a substance. Why? Because it causes problem. As long as ajnanam is there, avidya is there, it causes problem. Therefore, it is as though a substance. As long as I see a snake, I see the snake in the rope, I am trembled with fear. My body perspirates, my heart palpitates. As long as avidya is there, we experience samsara. When I see the snake, I don't see the rope. Snake is there. Rope is not seen. When snake goes away, you can see the rope. But really, does the snake have to go away? Only the false knowledge of rope, false knowledge of snake has to go away. The superimposition, the adhyaropa of snake on the rope is like a cover. It's a veil which has to go away. Which has to go away in the wake of rope knowledge. In the wake of rope knowledge, snake knowledge goes away. You don't have to do anything to drive away the snake because it is not there. So what you have to do is you have to bring the rope knowledge. Similarly, Atma Avidya, this Atma Ajnanam has to go. And this Avidya has to be Anadi, beginningless ignorance. How will it go? Do you have to chase it away by any action? No. You bring Jnanam. You bring Vidya. Vidya is a prakashan. It is a light. Knowledge. In the wake of knowledge, avidya goes away. Ajnanam goes away. When the sun rises, darkness goes away. The light and darkness, they are opposed to each other. They cannot coexist. So vidya comes, avidya goes away. Vidya means knowledge, jnanam. Avidya is na vidya, avidya. Na vidya, what does it mean? No knowledge. Vidya is no knowledge. It is not absence of knowledge. It is not absence of knowledge here. The word avidya, understand this, this is important. The word avidya is a compound word in Sanskrit, samasa. The vigraha vakyam for avidya is na vidya avidya. Vigraha vakyam means it is expansion or description of the samasa. Na vidya avidya. When you add the letter a, when you add the letter a to any word, it can give negative meanings. It gives negative meanings in many flavors. In fact, we add a pratyaya. The Sanskrit class we discussed some pratyayas. We add a pratyaya to the word. the pratyaya is called ness pratyaya. Ness pratyaya. That is danta, tavarga, that dantavya, tavarga, that na, the anunasika, na, and nens, the chavarga, anunasika letter, nya, nekar, nens pratyaya. So you add nens pratyaya to a word, it will give the negative meaning, and the meaning can be in many flavors. So here the pratyaya nens is added to the word vidya. Vidya plus nens will give avidya. Vidya plus nens give avidya. When you add this pratyaya, it gives negative meaning. And this negative meaning can be in the sense of absence, number one, or it can be in the sense of opposite of that. The negative meaning can be in the sense of absence, or it can be in the sense of opposite of that, and also other meanings are there that we are not interested. So let us take these two meanings. I will explain with another word. For example, let us take the word dharma. Dharma. The opposite word for dharma is dharma. You add the nens pratyaya, you get adharma. So the opposite word for dharma is adharma. Here nens pratyaya is added in the sense of opposite meaning. Virodharte nens. Virodha in the sense of virodharte, in the sense of opposite meaning. Virodharte nens. Adharma means it is not absence of dharma, but that which is opposite to dharma is present. When you say dharma, dharma is dharma. And when you say adharma, adharma is not absence of dharma, but that which is opposite to dharma is present. That is a problem. Let us take another word. Dhanam is there. Dhanam means wealth, money. Dhanam, adhanam. If you take the word dhanam, wealth. Adhanam can mean absence of wealth. Adhanam can mean absence of wealth, not opposite of wealth. Not opposite of wealth. Rich people are those who have money. Poor people are those who don't have money. Not that poor people have got something which is opposite of wealth. Understand? So here it is in the sense of absence. So you saw this must be clear now. Adhanam it could be absence of wealth. Let us take one more word, rogam. Rogam means sickness. Rogam. Arogam. Arogam means absence of sickness. Absence of sickness doesn't mean healthy. Absence of sickness doesn't mean healthy. Arogyam means healthy. Arogam means no sickness. Absence of sickness. It's not sick, but need not be healthy. Again, this is a negative meaning only. This type of negative meaning which you get by adding a nans pratyaya in the sense of absence. Arogam. Na rogam. Rogam is not there. Absence. It's called abhavarte nans. The nans pratyaya, when you add the sense of absence, is abhavarte nans. The nans pratyaya which you add the sense of opposite is virodharte nans. So, dharma, adharma. That is virodharte nans. Adhanam, dhanam, adhanam. It is abhavarte nans. So the first one is virodharte nans. The second one is abhavarte nans. Why do I discuss all these things? We'll come to that. Because avidya, the word is, we are investigating into the word avidya. So, one is in the sense of opposite, the other is in the sense of absence. In these two senses, nans pratyaya is added. Here, the word avidya, in what sense that ness pratyaya is added. The ness pratyaya is added not in the sense of actions, because avidya is there. How do you say that avidya is there? Because I experience samsara. I am not happy, I am not secured, I am not complete. Therefore, here, avidya is not absence of knowledge, but the presence of something which is opposed to knowledge, which is responsible for my samsara. Avidya is not absence of knowledge, not abhavarthe, but the presence of something which is opposed to knowledge. That causes samsara for me. Therefore, if it is virodha, then you bring jnanam, you bring knowledge, that which is opposed to knowledge, that is ignorance, avidya disappears. When you bring knowledge, avidya goes away. Therefore, you bring knowledge, once you bring knowledge, and that which is opposite to knowledge, that is ignorance, disappears. So, jnanam is the virodhi of ajnanam. Ajnana virodhi jnanam. Therefore, jnanam destroys ajnana. Jnanam destroys samsara. It is called moksha. I will explain further on this absence. Absence of anything, really speaking, cannot create any disturbance. The absence of anything cannot create any problem. We don't know many things. It means we are ignorant. Ignorant about many things. That doesn't create any problem for us. But we know snake. Therefore, rope causes problem. If snake is not known, then there would not be a problem. If I don't know the snake, they have never come across the word snake or that living being called snake, then there would not have been any problem. But snake is known to me, and I falsely project the snake on the rope. Therefore, there is a problem. Therefore, avidya is not absence of knowledge. It means yet kinchit bhavam asti. Yet kinchit bhavam asti. It has got some existence. We will discuss this point again later. So, we cannot say avidya has no existence. Avidya has got existence until knowledge is gained. Avidya has got existence until jnanam is obtained. Once you know the vastu, avidya goes away. So it must be clearly understood. And also the examples what I gave must be understood in the context. We cannot stretch the example too much. If you stretch the example, then it becomes meaningless. For avidya having existence, this rope snake, that example will do. Therefore, avidya is not absence of knowledge. Avidya is there and it causes problem, samsara. Therefore, it has bhavam. Bhavam is existence. Existence like a snake. Snake is not there physically, but it is there in your mind. Snake is there. Why? Because rope is there. Pot is there. Because clay is there. Without rope, there is no snake. Without clay, there cannot be pot. But snake is mithya. Pot is mithya. Mithya, we have discussed mithya. Mithya means that which cannot exist independently. We have seen that before. But mithya exists, though not independently. Mithya and avidya, they are same only, but to be used only in keeping with the context, so that we don't misunderstand it. Avidya means ignorance, which has existence, and whose existence is not independent. And this avidya can be dismissed after jnanam. So, mithya can be translated as false knowledge, which means that which cannot exist independently, and it can be dismissed after knowledge. Avidya is subjective, pratibhasikam. Avidya is subjective. The rope is made only for me, not for everyone. You may see the rope as a rope, but I see the snake on a rope. It's because of my ajnana. Therefore, it is subjective. In Sanskrit, we call the subjective as pratibhasikam. So, avidya is, I use the word avidya in the sense, in pratibhasika, the pratibhasika sense. Whereas mithya is empirical. Mithya is empirical. You must understand the difference between these two, mithya and avidya. In fact, there is no difference. It is same only, but there is a fine difference. Mithya is empirical. A pot is pot for me. A pot is pot for you, and it's for everyone. Therefore, mithya is empirical and avidya is subjective. Both avidya and mithya, they are only in namamatram, only in name form. It doesn't have a real existence. They have dependent existence. Snake depends on the rope. Pot depends on the clay. Therefore, both are same only. As I said, though both are same, yet there is a difference. That difference is also mithya only. Okay. Now, avidya has astitvam. It has existence. This is a big discussion in Vedanta, but here you understand this much. Avidya has got existence. It is not absence. It has existence. Yet kinchita bhavam asti. Any avidya, whether it is avidya with regard to any objects or avidya with regard to Atma, it exists. Avidya is. But avidya, can it exist independently? No, it cannot. It depends on, it has its ashraya, dependency on the Satchit Ananda Atma. It has its dependence on Satchit Ananda Atma only. Atma Vidya doesn't exist independently. We know it. We have established also. Snake doesn't exist independently. It depends on the rope. Remember the rope snake example. So Atma is the ashraya, the basis for the existence of avidya. Atma is the only satvastu. It is the only existent thing. There is nothing other than Atma. But if you say avidya also has existence, then it becomes another reality. How can there be two realities? One is Atma, other one is avidya. It cannot be. Therefore, how can we say avidya also has existence? That's what we must conclude, that avidya is asat, non-existent, tucham. But if you say avidya is asat, another problem comes. What is that? If avidya is asat, if avidya doesn't have existence, how can non-existent avidya create samsara? How can non-existent snake create fear in me? How can that tiger in my dream create perspiration in me? Because I perspire when I wake up from the tiger dream. Hope you understand this. Therefore, avidya is neither totally non-existent nor totally existent. It has some kind of existence. Yad kinchit bhavam asti. It has some kind of existence, like mithya. Because Atma Avidya doesn't have existence, we cannot dismiss it as non-existent. Because Avidya has got existence, it is the karanam, it is the cause for jivatva. You cannot conclude Avidya doesn't have existence, asat. No. You cannot conclude Avidya as existent, sat. Both are problem. Avidya has got some existence and it is the karanam for the jiva. Therefore, avidya is somewhere in between asat and sat. That is why I said, yet kinchit bhavam asti. It has got some existence. We cannot categorically state that avidya has existence or it doesn't have existence. We cannot do it. Therefore, it is anirvachaniyam. It cannot be definitely defined. It cannot be categorically described. Anirvachaniyam. Described as what? It cannot be categorically described as Sat or Asat. You cannot say that. Therefore, avidya is Sat Asadvyam Anirvachaniyam. We cannot say avidya as existence as or as no existence, that we cannot say. Sat Asadvyam Anirvachaniyam Vidya. If it is Anirvachaniyam, if it cannot be defined, then there should not be any discussion. Because it cannot be defined, what is there to discuss? There should not be any inquiry. No inquiry on this Atma Vidya. Vichara should stop here. But the best way to describe avidya is to state its inexplicability. Anirvachaniyatvam. That is the best way you can describe vidya. A part cannot be dismissed as non-existent. At the same time, we cannot say a part is existent. Therefore, anirvachaniyam. In fact, there are many things. The whole world is anirvachaniyam. We cannot say it really exists, or we cannot say it doesn't exist. So, therefore, the status of being in between asat and asat is anirvachaniyatvam. Okay. Now, to summarize what we saw, the important points so far. Number one, you have to remember this. Though the discussions were so subtle and in depth, I want to summarize the points what we have discussed so far, so that it will be clear in your mind. Number one, avidya is neither sat nor asat. Avidya is neither satyam nor asatyam. So the avidya, that ness pratyaya, is not added in the sense of absence. What is satyam? That which exists in all the three periods of time. It's called satyam, sat. But avidya is not real. In the wake of knowledge, avidya goes away. Therefore, avidya is not sat. At the same time, it is not asat also. You cannot say it is unreal, because I am under the influence of that vidya. I experience samsara. Therefore, you cannot deny it. So, avidya is neither sat nor asat. Therefore, avidya in between, somewhere in between sat and asat. That is why I said avidya is not absence. It is yat kinchita bhavam asti. It is somewhere in between sat and asat. Sat asadvyam anirvachaniyam. It cannot be categorically stated as sat or asat. Na nirvachaniyam anirvachaniyam. Neither totally sat nor totally asat. It is in between. There is a word for that, anirvachaniyam. What is the word in Vedanta? Nitya. That word is nitya. Vidya is also nitya. But the word nitya we use in the empirical sense, and avidya is the pratibhajika, that subjective sense. That's it. That is only difference. But you have to use it appropriately. Not only avidya is anirvachaniyam. Any product of avidya is also anirvachaniyam only. Avidya is the karanam. And all the karya which is born of avidya, that is also anirvachaniyam. Cannot be defined. And avidya is the karanam. Anything born of avidya is avidya karyam. The effect of avidya, product of avidya. This sthula shariram is it's a product of avidya only. Karana shariram. I am this body mind sense complex. My name is Sharan. I am born on so and so date. I have a father, mother. All these are avidya karyam. They are product of avidya. Okay, but then who am I? I am Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Sachidananda Atma. That I don't know. That is the jnanam. But I identify with the avidya karya. I am product because I am product of avidya, and the recognition of anything other than the fact that I am Nitya Shuddha Bhukta Chidananda Atma is avidya karya. That is the avidya karya, the product of avidya. This avidya is the karanam for a jiva to be a jiva. For jivatvam, this is the karanam. Avidya is the karanam. A jiva is because of avidya. If avidya is not there, there will not be jiva. If jiva is there, then there must be avidya. Jnana must be there. Okay, we are discussing avidya. When did this avidya begin? Does it have a date of birth? Does it have any particular time and place it began? When you are born with ignorance. Avidya did not begin on a particular day after you were born. It is not that avidya has got a separate date of birth. It is not that you have a separate date of birth other than ignorance, separate from ignorance. The date of birth of your birth is the date of birth of your ignorance also. You are born with ignorance. When you say you were born, it means you were not there before. When I say I am born on so and so day, it means I was not there before. Therefore, I was born and I have a date of birth. Suppose if avidya is also born, it means avidya is also born on a particular date. Then avidya must have a beginning. I have a date of birth. I have a beginning. If avidya is also like me, it is born on a particular day, particular time, then avidya also must have a beginning. Anything which has a beginning means what? That was not there before. It was absent. Anything you say it has a beginning, it means it was not there before. It came into existence after the birth. And before the birth, it was absent. If avidya is also born like me on a particular day, particular time, then avidya, it was not there before. If it was not there before, then what must have been there before avidya is born? Knowledge. Knowledge must have been there before avidya. Because if vidya and avidya cannot coexist like light and darkness. They cannot coexist. So before avidya is born, vidya should have been there. If vidya was there before, then how can avidya have its beginning? If vidya, the knowledge was there before, then how can avidya have a beginning? Suppose you have the knowledge of pot. You have the knowledge of pot. Before gaining the knowledge of pot, before knowing a pot as a pot, you have avidya of pot. You are ignorant of pot. You don't have a pot knowledge. After gaining pot knowledge, once you gain pot knowledge, now you are pot jnani. That is jnani. You have got pot knowledge. Can you lose that knowledge to become ignorant of pot? Can you become gata ajnani? Impossible. Therefore, if vidya was there before avidya is born, then how can avidya come into existence? Therefore, we say avidya cannot have a beginning. Vidya cannot have a beginning. At the same time, avidya can come to an end. Avidya cannot have a beginning, but it can come to an end. That is why when jnanam comes, avidya goes away. It's what is called moksha. That which doesn't have a beginning is called, in Sanskrit, anadihi. Adihi means that is the beginning, the source. Adihi. That's the starting point. It's adihi. Anadihi. Na vidyate yasya adihi. Anadihi. That which doesn't have the beginning is anadi. Therefore, avidya is anivachaniyam Vidya is anadi. They're talking about Atma Vidya. Atma Vidya cannot define it, and it is beginningless. In fact, if you remember, you see the Avani Avittam, the Upakarma Samskara, we do the Sankalpa. Amopata, Samasta, Durita, Kshadvara, Shri Parameshwara, Prityastam, Anadi Avidya, Vasanaya. That we say, Anadi Avidya, Vasanaya, Pravartamaya, Spin Magati, Samsara, Chakre, Vichitradihi, Karmagatihi, Vichitra, Yonishu, Punah Punaha, Anekara, Jalitva, Kenapi Punya Karma Visheshena, Janim Tanam. The beginningless have been taking Vichitra Digan, the Magati Samsara Chakra, the great Samsara Chakra have passed through so many yonis, so many births I have taken. By some Punya Karma I have attained this human birth. This is the Sankalpa we do in the Avinavita. So, therefore, Avidya doesn't have a beginning. This is one set of argument to prove that Avidya doesn't have a beginning. Anadi. I can give another set of argument to prove that Avidya cannot be understood. Avidya cannot be understood. Avidya cannot be conceived. How? I'll explain that. We saw Karma Shariram is a Karanam, it's a cause for Sharira Dvayam, that's Sukshma Sharira and Stula Sharira. We saw that. Sharira Dvayasya Karana Matram, Karma Shariram. In Sukshma Shariram, how many components are there in Sukshma Shariram? 17 components are there. Panchatyānendriyāni, Panchakarmendriyāni, Panchapranavayaha, Manaha Ekam, Manascha Ekam, Buddhischa Eka. So, in that 17 components, Saptadasha Kala, one component is Buddhi. Buddhi belongs to which Shariram? Does it belong to Sthula Shariram or Sukshma Shariram or Karana Shariram? It is a component of Sukshma Shariram, therefore Buddhi belongs to Sukshma Shariram. And Sukshma Shariram, which is a product of Karana Shariram. Sukshma Shariram is the Karya, and the Karanam is Karana Shariram. So Karana Shariram is a cause of Buddhi also, right? Since Buddhi being a part of Sukshma Shariram, which is the Karya of Karana Shariram, Buddhi is also, for Buddhi also, the Karana Shariram is a cause. Right? Now, we want to understand the origin of Karana Shariram, which is the cause of Buddhi itself. See, the very concept of time, space, all these things comes only when Buddhi is active. We can talk of time now, because we can talk of time, we can analyze, because Buddhi is there now. To see the beginning of Avidya, Karana Shariram, Buddhi should be there, functioning there. Unfortunately, Buddhi is not there, because Buddhi is not yet born. Or you can say it is in the dormant form, unmanifest form. So we can say it is as good as not there. Therefore, how can the Buddhi, which is not manifested, not yet manifest, can talk of the beginning of Karana Shariram? It is impossible. It is like a son asking his father, why didn't you invite me for your marriage? Is it possible? In the same way here, with the Buddhi, it cannot conceive of the beginning of the Karana Shariram. Generally, we take this argument in Vedanta saying that Avidya is anadi. It has no beginning, but it has an end. There is no parallel empirical example we can give for this. Yeah, maybe some example. That I don't remember that. So anadi avidya can come to an end in the wake of knowledge, and that is cause for the samsara. So now, in this description of Karna Shariram, we have taken each word, Nirvachya, Anadi, Avidya, Rupa. So, this description, we saw what is Avidya, Anadi, Nirvachya. That must be clear. Sharira Dvayasya Karana Matram, that we discussed. Very different from the but also we saw. Now, what is left out? Sat Swarupa Ajnana. Sat Swarupa Ajnana. Here also we are talking about Ajnana. It is Ajnana, that is Avidya. Avidya of what? We are talking about Avidya. Avidya of what? Avidya of Sat Swarupa. Sat means that it is Satya, real. Sat Swarupa Atma. There is no knowledge of myself. That Sarastharupa Ajnana. That is the another description of Karma Shariram. That we will discuss in detail in the next class. So we will stop here. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. If you have any doubts, you can